Welcome back to another episode of Modaufy Garage. On today's episode, we're going to figure out why the windscreen washer jets are not squirting any water. Today's video is all about finding why the water in the washer bottle is not making its way up to here, and I've got the little windscreen washer jets just under the bonnet here, and why they're not squirting on the window. So I've got a little solution. We've got a little pin right here that I'm going to put in the washer jets. But first, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you, let's make sure that the motor is actually trying to work to pump the water in. So I'm going to put the ignition on first, and let's do that. First things first, what we need to do is make sure there's water in the washer bottle, which I'm pretty sure there is. Let's lift the wipers up, because I don't want them rubbing on a dry windscreen. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the ignition on and just see if any water attempts to come out. So turn the ignition on. Oh, I can hear something. That's interesting, but no water's coming out. So let me double check. Make sure pretty sure there's water in there. Let me get some water. So I know I've put some water in here, so I'm just going to put a little bit more in. Sounds full. Let's go back, shut the bonnet. Just lift these up again. Ignition on. So I can hear the motor running, but there's nothing squirting out the wipers, which is different. So before, the first time I did it, it wasn't working. I couldn't even hear that electric sound. Now I can hear it, but there's no water coming out. Not even a dribble, so I don't think the lines are blocked. So let's try and diagnose this. I did buy a new motor for it, so I might put that in anyway. Look, it could be that. And just the other one sounds, who knows? So let's change it, I think, is the best option here. And then we'll see what happens. Before I go changing the windscreen washer bottle motor, I thought I'd just open the bonnet. And what I'm just looking for any signs of wet. I think this could be the line. I'm not 100% sure because the squirters are here and there, but I don't want to take this plastic shroud off. But I can't actually see any wet areas, and if the water gets under here, it usually goes down the side of the car anyway, so everything looks really dry. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and change the motor anyway, because it sounds like it could be an intermittent problem. Get that one out fast. So yeah, I'll just change the motor and see what happens, and hopefully it fixes it, and that motor was on its way out. The windscreen washer bottle is on the left-hand side of the car at the front, and all you need is a Phillips head screwdriver, because there's one screw up here which I'll take out. Take that out, and then you just need a trim removal tool to pull the other ones out, and they're the plastic screws. 1, 2, put those to the side and just pop this plastic back. Okay, now, so I'm getting a light in here, just move the plastic back, and then you can see the motor here. You can see where it plugs into, and you can see this pipe. So I'm pretty sure that's the same pipe as the top of the car. So what I want to do now, because that water bottle now is full of, there's all liquid in there now. So I'm going to have to unplug this, unplug that there, unplug that, pull it out. Water's going to come pouring out. So I'll put my oil tray under there so I can catch it. So let me get that. Yeah, and if you really want to, there is another screw under here, and it might make life a little bit easier. So I don't know if you can see just down there, if you want to take the plastic off of one more screw, it's just taking this one off, and it's probably going to be a little bit easier. So what I'll do, I'll start with pulling the hose there. And then what I'm going to do is unclip however it comes off. I might have to take the whole thing out. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to force there we go. It's all coming out. Ah, look at this. It's all full of gunk. Looks like it's blocked. I was afraid of that. Oh, it's not that bad. Now I wonder if this is a result of all the stuff that I put in there to help clean the windows. So let's take it out. Well, I know it's working because I can hear it. That's it. It's out. Look at the stuff that came out in the water. All that was potentially maybe blocking all years of whatever the hell that is. Shouldn't probably be touching it. That's gross. I'll put the new one in anyway, but I'm going to keep this rubber because the new one, and I probably will change it because, as I said, when I tested it the other week and I realised it wasn't working, I couldn't even hear. Which one is it? I couldn't even actually hear this work. It was making absolutely zero sound. And I dare say it wasn't because this was clogged. So it could be at fault. I don't know. But I'm just going to put it to the side, keep it as a spare. I'm going to put the new one in. But before I do that, I'm not going to use the new rubber. I'm going to use the old one because it does have a mesh on it. So to filter anything out so it doesn't go through, potentially clog up all the lines. So I'll go and clean that. I'll put the new one in, fill it up with water, test it, and fingers crossed it works straight away. So I've got the original rubber. This is the part that came with the new part. So I'm going to use the factory part only because it's got a filter on it. You can see there. I'm just going to plug it in like so, like that. There we go, it's in. Push this back in. There we go. Then just put the hose so the water will pump. So you can see it. Just put a light in there. On. I've just put some fresh water back in the windscreen washer bottle, just in case water doesn't come out of the jets. I'm just going to lift these up just in case. Fingers crossed it works this time. So ignition on. Fingers crossed. All right. We've got more diagnosing to do. That's not the result that I wanted. Okay, I'm going to start to figure out what's wrong and what's actually occurring and why. So this is the pipe. So I'm just going to take this off. And what I want to do, I'm just going to blow into it. So I can hear that it's blowing bubbles. You can hear I'm not sure if you can hear it on camera. What I'll do, I'll take my mic off and I'll stick it there. And you should be able to hear the bubbles. So the line's not blocked. So that's there. So that's, I know that's connected to the bottle. There's nothing wrong there. There's power going to the windscreen washer motor because you can hear the whining. In theory, everything should be working the way it should just be working. What I might do is take the washer bottle off and maybe put some water in it and see if water squeezes or squirts out. So off camera, I've done a few tests and I just want to run through those tests. So it's not fixed yet. What I've done, I've had the motor off. I had the motor off the car, all plugged in. I took the hose off here, filled this glass with water, squirted it, water was coming out, not a problem. Okay, the issue's not down the bottom. Then we put the ignition on. I turned, like you would, to go and activate the window washers. Water's not coming out of here. So it's not coming out of here for some reason. So I think it's a wheel off job. I'm going to have to pull the wheel off and go and find out what's going on. Oops. Need to fix that mic up. So I know water is coming out of here, but for some reason it's not making it to here. Now so I'm going to pull this wheel off, take the plastic off and figure out what's going on. And then we'll see if there's a kink in the line, who knows. But before I do that, what I want to show you, let me get a air compressor, a little air compressor, and I'll get the line from here. And what I'm just going to plug it into here and press, turn it on. And then there's only a little bit of air coming out here, nothing much. But then if I blow on it, air's coming up, but I really have to press really hard, blow really hard. So I don't know was water coming out? I think water's coming out there. Maybe that's all it needed. Something had to... Let me plug that in again. Maybe I've sorted it out without even realizing it. I'll plug it back in. Now that I can feel air coming out, hopefully we fixed the issue. So I've got someone in the driver's seat helping me out. I'm going to squirt water in here. Perfect, it's working. Perfect. Oh, that is gross. Something is blocked. Something is blocked in there. Again, let's keep it going. Stop. It needs more water. Getting better. Okay. So let's plug it back into the windscreen washer. All right, now let's see if that works. Go. Stop. Perfect. One final test. Everything's full of water now. Ignition on. And just like that, it's working again. I'm really happy with the result. I'm glad I put the new motor in. And the reason I put the new motor in is because when I went to test it a few weeks ago, nothing was happening. There was no sound. So I'm not actually sure why that was the case. And I know there was water in it. So look, for a few dollars, put a new one in. It's not that hard. at the end of the day, it's all about problem solving, putting the motor in a glass of water, making sure it was squirting water where it was meant to be. Tick, that was done. Okay, what's happening? Why isn't the water making its way to here? Next problem to solve was pull off the pipe from the firewall. No water's coming out. Okay, why? I blew into it a few times, some big gulps, pushed the air through. It wasn't coming through easily the first time, but eventually it started to make its way through. We did a flush. We saw more of the stuff that was coming from the washer bottle that found its way into the pipe somehow, even though it's got the filter screen on it. So a few flushes of that, the water's coming out clean, plug it back in, and it was working. So I'm really happy with the end result. If you like the video, hit that like button. And if you want to see more content from Modaufy Garage, hit that subscribe button and then say more content from Modaufy Garage. I know we've been a bit slack posting lately in the last few months or so, but we have been working on another project. It's called Modaufy Home Designs. We are on YouTube, Instagram, and all the other socials. So check it out if you want. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next Modaufy Garage video soon, or hopefully soon. See you then.